Never ever struggle and build with a man, especially when he doesn't have the finances to access his real type.
You guys
Because
should stop this building thing. You are not building any house in a
he's
relationship.
going to leave you.
But you're
never
something
ever
about
build with
house.
a man.
Hold on. Let me. I'm happy to correct.
let me-
No,
let
I'm
me-
happy to
in the
correct.
courtroom.
Just
Let me-
a second,
let
please.
me
I'm
learn.
happy to correct that impression. That you are dating someone
Yeah.
does not mean you are building anything with that person.
Because
Yes.
better
a lot
women
of girls
legit
say this,
build.
right? Maybe the
Yeah.
guy gets money while you are dating. You are not, except there is some significant things you are contributing, and we could see these things. That you answer girlfriend at that particular time does not mean you are building anything.
I don't agree.
But I don't
So
think
I don't want to hear that I have made money, but you say after I suffer, you didn't suffer with me, you were enjoying with me along the line.
Enjoying what?
we all must have heard several people say if a man wants to marry you, he won't waste your time. Or if you're dating someone for a long time without any plans of getting married, you are wasting your time. Now, this is often a concern in some relationships and begs the question, how long is too long to date a person? My name is Chris, and on today's episode of Pulse Hot Takes, we'll be discussing this topic and sharing our thoughts on the dating timeline. As usual, I have with me in the studio today very peculiar people. Unfortunately, Elvis is not with us today. He has not gone to be with the Lord. He's just on leave.
He's just not around.
He's just on leave. So, as usual, please introduce yourselves. I want to start with you because I'm very intrigued by your hair and your eyes.
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm IBK. I'm a celebrity reporter, and I'm happy to be here.
And your favorite color is purple.
Purple, period.
Twinsy.
Obviously.
Yeah, I like people who represent their colors. Like
As
they're
we
not shy
should.
to represent their colors.
Why, thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Kimmy K. I'm a fashion
Mhm.
model and a media personality, and I'm back again. Please don't drag me.
Okay, the man in orange.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Arenze Esomnofu. I'm the head of growth at Paul Sports, and I'm really happy to be here.
So straight into the topic of discussion. Our first question is, do you think there is a timeline that dating shouldn't exceed? And if yes, what is your perfect dating timeline? Who wants to go first?
I don't mind. Personally, I feel like that is not a straightforward question because it is dependent on the age a person is when they start dating their significant other. For those that are high school sweethearts, if they start dating around the age of like 14, 15, if they date for like 10 years, it doesn't really make anyone bat an eye because it's like, hey, they were kids. But if you're in your 20s and someone is telling you that they don't want to get married or they need time and it's been past 5 years, that's a red flag because it's like, okay, what is the reason and what exactly are you doing? What is going on that is making you be unsure? And then again, if a person is unsure about you after a certain period of time, that's a bigger red flag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, for me, dating timelines differ. It all differs. Like, if you want to be real, everyone has their own formula to follow.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful with these things because a lot of men will use women they are dating as placeholders till they find the women that they truly
looking
want
for.
to marry. So if a man is putting you in a relationship for 7, 8, 9, 10 years, that's almost 2 bachelor degree. It means he doesn't want to marry you. Don't
Facts.
let any man, it sounds like I'm preaching, but don't let any man put you in a relationship, especially when you know you want it to lead to marriage, because not everybody will marry. I know people like to drag this thing, but marriage is not the ultimate
not
goal
for
when it
everyone.
comes to relationship and dating. Some people just want to be together because they like each other. But if you know that marriage is your end goal in a relationship, a man putting you in a relationship for 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, I've even had 15 years.
That's absolutely
He
bonkers.
doesn't want to marry you. He's just keeping you there for free labor, free sex, free enjoyment until he finds the woman
the
that he
wifey
truly
perks.
wants to marry. And ideally, within 1-2 years, in fact, within the first 2 weeks, you should know, oh, I want to be with this person long term. I feel that's how it works because
First
some of
2
the
weeks,
engagements,
It's a bit small.
some of the
Yeah,
engagements,
a couple of months.
I'm not saying that you propose within the first 2 weeks. I'm just saying that sometimes when you meet someone, you know.
When you know.
When you know. Because some of the engagements that you see on social media will just be like, oh my God, we met and he proposed within 3-6 months.
But it doesn't
You just
necessarily
know.
work
It doesn't
like
always
that
have
for
to be like that.
everybody.
Exactly.
I said it differs, but for
Yeah.
me, I'm speaking from the perspective of men who like to hold women down in a relationship for 10, 20 years when they could have been doing other things with their life, knowing that they do not want to marry these women. And it's sad for me. To be honest, I know we have a man in the house and it's
They
probably
just
giving me
subbing,
side
just
eye.
catching strings,
Yes,
catching
yes,
strings
yes,
for
yes.
everything. Girl.
It's giving me
Just
side
smiling
eye,
since.
but I have to say what it is, you know.
Bombastic side eye.
Do you
All
wanna
right,
go?
yeah. So the thing is, it's not about timeline. There are some certain angles that you look at this thing from, and the angles are two, right? I'm talking from the side of a man, one. I'm talking from the other side of a guy that I've gone through this process. I'm a married guy.
Praise the
God, when.
So now the first angle is this. Now, men won't tell you this, so I'm giving out a little secret here. It's more like a man's code. Every man has this set of criteria for a woman, right?
So you're willing to break the bro code for
Whoa.
us?
Yeah. So,
Let's have it.
for instance, right? In my turn, I had my own criteria, and I know I'm not God, right? So
Which are
you
e.g.
hardly
No,
hardly
let me see it now.
you hardly see
She
any
just
girl.
wants to pounce on him.
You hardly see any girl that will get it like 10 over 10 if your criteria are up to 10. But the one that comes the closest to that criteria, he meets. So for me, mine, I said I would love to get married to a fair lady because I'm dark. That's one. I would love to get married to a lady that is a graduate. I have business plans for her that I think only a graduate can do. Three, I would love to get married to someone from my tribe, Igbo. I don't have anything against other tribes, so please, let's not shoot the tribalism card. But the sole reason for this is that I am not too perfect in speaking my native language. And I would love my kids to have some form of improvement on that. And I'm saying that a partner that is fluent with our native language can help. Right.
Okay.
Then most importantly, I would love an independent woman. Right. So at the time I met my wife, I had a girlfriend then that was struggling between 2 and 3 of the list. And I met someone that just topped the whole list. So I had to do the needful.
So you were using your ex-girlfriend as a
Placeholder.
I won't say she was a placeholder, right? I won't use that exact line because it will come out as being rude or something. But the thing is, I have those set of criteria and I saw someone that meets them very, very well. So I had to do the needful. So that's on one point, right? So the first point is I said, men, we always have a set of criteria. We don't tell you, right? Because the one you don't meet, you can't meet. If you are not fair, you can't be fair. So the ones you don't meet, you don't meet. So we don't tell you so you don't feel bad. Now, the second set that people don't look at, right? People just say, 2 weeks is good, 2 months. As a man, you have to look at your finances, right? So sometimes you have the right person, but the finances is not telling you to go ahead. So it's not about that person. It's not about that person. So you still keep that person there. And people like, you want to turn out a lot of the ring, and it's about the finances. It has not checked yet. So when these two things check for every guy, we take it to the next level.
Okay.
So that's it for me.
Can I ask something? So why would you date someone? I want to assume that maybe your ex was dark-skinned.
No, she's fair.
She was
She's
light
fair.
skinned.
Okay, but why
she
would,
was not a graduate.
if you have this set of codes, why would you now want to date someone that you know that you're not going to marry eventually at the end of the day? If you have that set of codes, like someone dating a dark-skinned woman when you know you want to marry a fair woman, like why do men do this?
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? You know, there's a strong dichotomy between a man and a woman. Most women think that they are going into a relationship because of marriage. Men go into a relationship because they want to go into a relationship. It's two different things. You are cool, you are fun to be with, let's be doing it. But for a woman, she's checking the time. 1 week have gone, 2 weeks have gone. Where are we? They keep on asking you, where are we? But for women, we don't look at it from that angle. We are just dating.
Okay, so don't you think it is fair because there's nothing wrong with getting into a relationship because you want to get into a relationship. Like she said, not everybody wants to get married.
Yeah, but
I think that
agree.
if you are someone who is getting into a relationship for the sake of getting into a relationship, you should be aligning yourself with someone who shares the same ideas of getting into a relationship because they want to get into a relationship.
True.
You shouldn't be getting into a relationship with a woman who wants to get married and is getting into a relationship because you would know.
Doesn't that count as deceiving her?
Fraud.
Wasting her
Her
time?
So it's not about deceiving anyone in question, right? Most times we see a thing or two, we like going for you. Sometimes maybe you are beautiful, sometimes it might be your physique, we like it and we want to stay there. So while we are dating, you will still be getting some of the benefits of a relationship. Marriage must not be the ultimate goal. Sometimes it's all about the experience, right? It's all about the experience. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy everything I'm bringing to the table. Obviously, there's something you are bringing to the table. That's why I accepted you as my girlfriend, or I asked you out, right? Okay. So, if along the line, I see some things about you that I don't like, you don't come to my house every day. Perhaps you come like once or 2 times a week. I can put up with that. And you go. And maybe when I need you again, you come. So it's not about deceiving. It's not about deceiving. It's all about the experience.
But your eyes is outside, right? Like you are still looking outside for your perfect woman, right? Because you have a list. Let's be real. You have a list, but you're just having fun with this woman.
We don't really go out hunting, right? Most times
you don't go out hunting.
It comes.
You better not be going out hunting.
We don't go out hunting.
So the perfect woman comes to you, and then you discard of the other one.
Yeah, especially when the perfect one comes. When the perfect one comes and the finances check. Those 2 check.
Wow. How convenient is that?
Good.
That the perfect one comes just when the finances are checking.
Do you know the reality of life? That person I'm living for the perfect one, she is still somebody else's perfect one.
And that's
so it doesn't have to be me.
Of course. See, all of this that you have said does not absolve the fact that
there is no absolving. I've not committed any crime.
You're using her.
I'm not accusing
You've not committed any crime.
I'm not even. Let's even
want
ask
to
you.
absolve me of
Wait
this.
now. Wait. Let me land. What I'm trying to say is all of this that you have said is valid when you are with someone who shares the same. That's the point I'm trying to make. Do not. It's just like saying, oh, I really love watching basketball games and I want to go watch a basketball game, and then I want to go with somebody who hates basketball and loves football instead. But because I want that person to be there, I would drag the person along with me to the basketball game.
It's unfair.
You are thinking only of yourself in that situation, which is selfish. You're not thinking about, okay, you feel, oh, this is an experience that I think you should enjoy. Who are you to tell me what to enjoy and what not to enjoy?
Are you saying I should have pity on someone?
It's not about
pity.
Let the person go. It's not pity.
They don't want to go. Even when I say I don't want, they are still begging me.
You run away. You cut off all communication. Sometimes hard things see, men use this as an excuse a lot of times.
That she doesn't want
to go. I tried to end the relationship. Are you a child? Is she going to tie your hands in the relationship?
My question is, how about men who promise these women that you don't want to marry her, but you promise her marriage?
That one is no. I won't stand for anybody that does that.
You promise her marriage. You don't want to marry her. Yeah. You promise her marriage. You are in the relationship doing relationship things, getting wife benefits. But at the end of the day, your perfect one finds you. You don't find the perfect one according to you. And then you discard.
Do you know
your perfect one?
I agree with you. Any guy that does that, you promise a girl marriage because you want to get her or something. It's wrong. It's wrong. I condemn that.
Okay. It actually just reminds me of those people that say that when it comes to men, they eventually settle for their type when they have established themselves. That is absolutely mean to me, because it's like all the people that you have bbeen with prior to that time, what does that mean that they are or they were to you? I just find it very unfair. Yeah. And they say that women settle for their type, but men will settle eventually. It just gives me that vibe, because it's like the person that you wanted eventually came when you were established. So the person that you liked, even though she didn't check your entire list, was discarded. Come on now.
That's why I'm going to say that never ever struggle and build with a man, especially when he doesn't have the finances to access his real type.
Because when you are not building any house in a relationship,
he's going to leave you.
But you're
never ever build with a man.
Hold on. I'm happy to correct. Just a second, please. I'm happy to correct that impression. That you are dating someone does not mean you are building anything with that person.
Because
a lot of girls say this, right? Maybe the guy gets money while you are dating. You are not, except there is some significant things you are contributing, and we could see these things. That you answer girlfriend at that particular time does not mean you are building anything.
I don't agree.
But I don't
want to hear that I have made money for you. So after I suffer, you didn't suffer me. You were enjoying with me along the line.
Enjoying what? You didn't
everything
have
I was eating.
You were squatting with your parents.
Every outing you were going with me.
I don't agree.
You did not give me
Hold
one
on,
contact that gave me
hold on,
money.
hold
You did
on.
not invite me nowhere.
That's
You
not
didn't do
true.
nothing. Don't tell me you built anything with
That's
me.
Do
You
you
did not.
do you realize that a lot of times building with someone doesn't necessarily have to be financial?
I said contact. Did you give me any contacts?
How do you know she did not give you
No,
contacts?
doesn't necessarily
How do you know
have
she didn't
to
give you
be.
contacts?
I'm telling you
men-
that
men really
most
just
girls,
think
they don't
one
do
way.
anything. They only
But that's
enjoy the
false.
vibe and say, I'm building. What
That's
are you
false.
serious, beggar?
That is false.
What are you
Never
building?
ever build with a man, because once you build with him and he gets to where he can access his real type, he's going to leave you. That's
And
it.
then start
We've-
talking like a real
Yes, because we've seen it
that.
happen times and times.
You are
Never
not
build with
building
a
anything
man.
if you are just dating a guy. You are not building
wait.
anything. I still
have
stand on
something
that point.
to say about that. When
Yeah.
it comes to building with someone, it doesn't have to do with connections most times. It doesn't have to do with money.
Preach.
It means that when you're with that person and
It
you're
means
spending
going
your
out with me
time,
and enjoying my
No.
money.
what do you
Where was the money
mean?
to go out with?
Hey.
Where is the money?
No, every guy has
you guys-
normal money
no,
to
wait,
take
no,
anybody
no,
out.
let me
You
money
are,
out.
you are enjoying my
Broke
money
men
and you say you are abusing
Which
it.
one?
You don't have any money.
Which money?
Then
What if I'm the one
no.
feeding
There
you?
is no way
What
that
if
you are
I'm
in
the
a
one
relationship. You are
feeding
not
you?
going out.
Wait, see, let us.
Good.
Wait,
If you are feeding me, that's
Hey, now,
small.
what's it-
That's some
let's-
small foundation
small.
of building.
In
Very
this
small. Very
economy.
small.
When we say building with someone, it doesn't have to be financial. So what I'm saying is when you're building with someone, you are investing your time, your energy, your emotions, and you are with that person through whatever it is they may be going through at that point in time. Be it whether or not they've reached their financial capability, any emotional struggle they're going through rather, is what you're spending. That's what you're doing. That is the building with them.
Yeah.
As they even age, you're building with them. Oh, I've been with you since you were 19, 20, 21, 22. That is what I mean. It's not always about money. I don't know why men always think everything's about money. It's quite annoying, quite frankly. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Building with a man is not only about being with him through the thick and thin. It is about the time you have invested, the energy, the love, the affection, and all those other things. That's my opinion.
For me, no woman should be ever caught dead building with a man, because once he makes the money that he actually wants to make, he's going to leave you and go for his actual type, because no man wants to be with a woman who suffered with him. They will tell you lies on the internet that, oh, she has been with me since my broke days. It is a lie from the pit of hell.
Maybe not all of
Make
them.
your own money as a woman and be with someone who is actually on your level. Don't go and be building with uncle, because when uncle makes money, he's not going to be with you. And that's the truth of the matter. I know he's going to disagree, but it is what it is.
So I'm
really.
going to say something off of what she just said. She said, no man wants to be with a woman that he has suffered with. And while this is not always the case, there was actually something I saw on the internet where a guy was talking about how, that he has this girl that he has been dating for a while, and, she was like flat broke. He didn't have anything. She was even the one accommodating him. So he was living in her house, feeding him, doing all of that. And then he meets a woman that, this woman has her own money and anything. And it's not as if the ex-girlfriend didn't have her own money, because obviously, how was she feeding him? She was working. She was also trying to come up, but at the level they were at the time, she had gone far, right?
Yeah.
Compared to him. So now he meets somebody that is already established, works in like a big firm, and they get talking, and she kind of helps him get a job, right? So now he's moving up. He's now a big boy, and he wants to dump the girl that has been with him. Yeah. So now he's telling his friend that, Omo, I don't want to be in this relationship with this babe anymore. His friend's like, don't you think that that's rather harsh? This girl has been with you through everything. And he was like, yeah, but then
That's what some of them be doing.
that he doesn't want to, because now he has seen somebody that is
Connected.
established and connected and stuff. So what do you have to say about that? Defender of the male gender.
So the thing is, you guys are only putting it to the guys are the guilty ones here. But
Yeah.
there are so many instances, right? You are dating a girl, you guys in quotes, let me agree with you guys are building together.
What's your problem with the word
And
building?
in the process of building, the girl comes to you and say, babe, I want to tell you something. And she gets all emotional and start lying that her parents brought someone for her to marry. And she's trying to say no, but
Why
it's
does
not
that sound
working.
personal?
The girl wants that. Because to women, while we men will say we have our checklist, women like going for the one that is ready, right? So sometimes even the one that is ready to marry might not meet all of their checklists, but they want to quickly answer misses. They want to be ahead of their friend. They want to be the one that got married, right? So they ditch a relationship that a guy is working towards, a guy is committed to making it work, and they invite the guy to the
Wedding.
wedding. I've been to such weddings before.
That sounds
Are you sure it's not
very
you have
personal?
I've been
it's
to
so
such.
detailed.
I won't say if it's
And the
me,
guy
but I've
went.
been.
Are you sure? So you went.
Yes.
It sounds so personal. Let's be
I've
very
been to
honest.
such weddings before. So it's not only the guys that are guilty of this. It goes both ways, right?
I do
So
agree
guys
with you.
get dish, women get dish too. So it's a thing of two coins.
I do agree with you that, like you said, men have their checklists and women have their standards. And
As they
standards is not even a thing about gender.
Women don't have
Everybody has
standards. They go
standards.
for the one that is ready, not standard.
That's
No,
a lie.
that is not always.
That's
the,
a
that, that is
lie.
not always.
You
the
can't, that's not
situation.
always the case.
Are you saying that Ned, the senator, is the dream man for Regina?
What if that's her
He
dream?
might
No,
be.
she should tell you that
He
that's her
might
man.
be. Like you can't know that.
He
We
is
don't
the
know
one
that.
that is ready, not the dream
Is
man.
that what she told
Is
you?
that
Like
She
how
don't,
do you
need,
know
she
that?
don't need to
You
tell me.
can't
I'm
just-
telling you my own personal opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion.
Of course
That
you are.
senator is not the kind of Prince Charming she was seeing while she was growing up.
Okay.
Regina is very happy in her relationship with Ned Unguku.
Marriage.
Period.
No,
Anything
no.
anybody has to say is your business.
No,
That's
it's
her
not
dream,
business,
man.
it's opinion.
They
It's
have
not business.
They
It does not
have
give me
they
money.
have good chemistry
The thing
together,
is-
and I'm happy for them. Period.
Full stop.
And that man is the man that was ready. My whole point of argument here is that you women go for the one that is ready.
So would you go for
So
someone
let me
that's
ask
not
you a
ready?
question.
Would you rather that we stay
Do
with
you
a
know
man
if she was
that is
dating
not ready?
someone then?
See, here's the thing. How would you rather?
So
that
that's her defeating the purpose of saying you are building with someone and someone came and you leave that person. So that's
You
someone
She never
that
has
just
to
left.
build with someone.
you never
Regina is
know. I mean,
established.
here's the thing. Would you rather that we stay with someone that has not made any significant progress for years? Like they will drag you along through, even if you want to stay. Let me not use the phrase dragging you along. Even if you want to stay and you're with them, but you've been with them for a couple of years and you see
And
that
there's no
nothing
sign
is
of
changing
progress.
and you have your own plans for your own life. Now, I'm not saying that you will now leave the person that you've been growing with and everything.
Say it.
I'm
You
not
leave the person.
Say it. Say
Don't
it.
be
Okay,
shy.
well,
Say
you
it.
gotta-
That's your
you
point.
have to put yourself first sometimes, okay?
All
And
the time.
Oh my gosh.
As a woman in a relationship, you better put yourself all the time, because if a man finds better outside the relationship,
They
he's
don't
going
put
to jump
sentiment.
ship.
They don't put sentiment.
He's
Us
going
for
to jump
sentimental.
ship.
And
So I wanna
you
ask
people
you
jump,
something.
you people jump canoe, boat, aeroplane, you jump everything.
But we don't jump a
I want
yacht.
to ask
though.
IBK something.
Yeah.
My ladies, please don't come for my head.
Oh
I'm
my
just
gosh.
trying to be rational
I will be
here.
on your side, please. Go
Oh
ahead.
my god.
So you did say something about you have to put yourself first sometimes, and then she said all the time. So in the case where, like he said, he finally meets someone that meets his criteria, and then he goes for what he wants, that's him putting himself first, right?
Yeah.
So how is that now any different to a woman leaving a man that is not ready for a man that is ready, as putting herself first?
Okay, I get your question, but the thing is, the situations might be different. In a situation whereby the guy is saying that he still needs more time and you decide to put yourself first, there's nothing anybody can say to hold you against that, because this person says they're not ready. This person says they need more time. This person might even be saying, I don't even want a period. Then you can put yourself first in that situation. But
Okay.
it is different if you
And
just...
a guy can be right for jumping ship.
Oh my God.
But he's not
Say
ready.
it.
So you're jumping ship
That's
when
what
you're not
she's-
ready. You're
If
jumping
you tell
ship
me
when
that
you're
you
not
are
ready.
not
So
ready,
that's
if
you're
you tell me
lying.
that it is not in view, this just goes back to the whole how long is too long thing. I
Yeah.
cannot be with you for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years and nothing is forthcoming. No, that's a waste of my time. You're wasting my time and you're quite frankly pissing me off. No.
So that brings me to
Yeah,
the
no.
next
No,
question.
let me say
Sorry to cut
something.
you short.
As a woman, if you're in a relationship with a man and he's claiming all the time that he's not ready,
Red flag.
it's a red flag, and he doesn't want to actually marry you, because once he finds his perfect one, he's going to jump the ship.
Don't even
It
get me-
is
don't even-
reality. We see these things
So-
happen over and over again. It's not myth. It's not something that we're imagining in our heads.
Yeah.
It happens. So if you are ready as a woman to marry you, and you find someone that is ready to marry you because that's what she wants, then
And you're with a man that's not
So,
ready to marry.
as a
Different.
because he
pattern-
doesn't want you.
As a pattern shot to this conversation, right? She said something, you stay with a guy 8 years, 10 years. I think there's a problem with that lady, actually.
Then what about the
Why
man?
are you, hold on, why are you staying with a guy for 10 years?
Because he's promising her.
No. It means there is nothing special about you that other people are not seeing. So you need to be looking at it from that angle. Why will you stay with a guy for 10 years? No one is trying to take you away from him.
How do you know no one is trying to take her away?
No one is trying. We men.
So you don't see
hold
it as
on, we men. When we come for something, we know how to get it. So if a real man comes for a lady in a relationship and that man shows that lady that I am ready to marry you right here, right now, the lady will agree. But so for you to be in a relationship for 10 years, it means no one is coming for you. So we need to look at it from that angle that you are not working on yourself. And right, so you want to put it on the guy, but you should also look at yourself too. There's something
and
wrong
it could also
with
mean
you.
that it could also mean that the person she's with is draining her energy and she's no longer shining, so people cannot see her lights.
Okay, so for you,
So
now,
you
if
cannot
a
just
woman- I want to ask
you
you a
cannot
question.
put the whole.
Yes, that
you cannot,
means
you
your
cannot
light
put
is
the
low
whole
current.
because the man has drained it. So you cannot put
See,
the.
Let me ask him a question. So if you have been if a woman is in a relationship with a guy for 10 years, right? It is okay for her to go and cheat, Abby.
No, it's not cheat.
No,
Okay,
because you are saying that if other
It's
people are not
cheat.
coming from
I'm
her,
saying
because
marriage. I'm saying marriage.
men like to think that women don't get advances, or women don't get. If a woman is deciding to be in a relationship with you for 10 years, it means she has chosen you.
Exactly.
So what's
She
the
has
problem?
problem. She has
Oh, no.
problem.
It's the problem with
No.
the man. This is the problem with the man, because if you cannot make a decision as a real man, if you cannot make a decision about the woman you've been with for 10 years, it means you are the problem.
the
And you
problem.
need
Do you
deliverance.
know what is
honestly.
10 years?
But she also
10
needs
years
to
is
dip,
2
though.
bachelor degree and 1 master degree.
Exactly.
And you are there with someone, nobody
man
is
is
looking
there.
at you.
The
You
man
have a
Man is
problem.
also there. They
Who
are
told you
both
that?
there.
Like, what are
because
you even
he's not
saying?
making
No,
a
the man
move.
has not checked the financial check. I said something
For
about
10
that.
years, that means he does not have hope in this
That
life.
is his problem. If he has not reached his financial capabilities
In
in
10
10
years.
years,
Like
that's
what?
not
My
her
problem
fault.
is with you
Good.
saying
So
that the problem
you
is
as
with
lady,
the
you are
woman.
supposed to figure it out and get someone else.
So we
You
should
shouldn't
go,
be
So
the
we
man.
can't
We should
jump
jump
ship. So we can't
You
jump.
should
No,
jump
so,
ship if the man
okay.
has no potentials.
Well, he has said that we should jump ship if the man has no
Thank
potential.
you for your advice.
So moving on to the next question, we've spoken about timeline. Why are you dating someone for 10 years? Why are you dating someone for 12 years? What do you think is the appropriate, like how long is too long? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? How long do you think is too long? Because personally, I think that dating and progressing into marriage, for me, it happens in like phases before you decide that, okay, yeah, I think it's time to start talking about marriage. I mean, there's obviously, you meet someone, boy meets girl, girl likes boy, boy likes girl too. You guys start what we call talking stage. Let's say, because I do feel like,
20 million.
I do feel like, please let's not go there.
That's a different topic entirely, okay?
I do feel like while the dating timeline is not a one size fits all, I also do think that there's like a general outline to this timeline that might work for some people. So boy meets girl, they start talking. Let's say 0 to 3 months, you're doing the talking stage, getting to know each other, going on casual dates. Yeah. And then you have like maybe 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. Yeah, 3 to 6 months. You're building like a connection. At this time, you've probably started to meet each other as friends, maybe family. I will not introduce you to my family in 6 months, but maybe family. You're starting to understand each other better. Then let's say 6 to 12 months, you've built some sort of connection, like emotional connection. At this time, you're already talking about like your future plans, your future goals. And then let's say anywhere from like 1 year, now you know whether, let's move in together, let's get married. That's what I feel. But like I said, there's no one size fits all for. But for me, that's just what I think. I feel like if you're dating someone for 2 years and it's been 2 years and not once has the thought of marriage or the conversation of marriage come up, what are you really doing with this person? Because I feel like you can never really know someone. And to be honest, you can never really know a human being's true intention for you. The Bible says the heart of a man is desperately wicked, right?
No, it's not a man. The
Wait,
heart of a human
man.
being.
In the
No, don't
Bible,
put it on
man.
us.
It is a man.
It's human being.
It is a
When
man.
the
Have you
Bible
met
say
men?
man, the Bible refers to human being.
That's
Human.
exactly what I'm saying.
That's not what
You're
she's
just
saying.
rushing
You
to
were saying it and you were looking at me.
I was
I thought
looking
you
at
were
the camera when I
looking
said
at
it because
Of a
obviously,
man.
if
Of
you
a
read-
heart
of man.
Of a
wait,
male.
wait. If you read your
Of the
Bible
male
very
gender.
well, if you do read your Bible, you will know that when the Bible says man, especially in the Old Testament,
It's
talking about both
human
male
being.
and female.
Maybe
So I'm
it's
just saying
man.
that
Okay,
Fine.
let's
the
agree
Bible
to
says the heart of
disagree.
a man is desperately wicked. You cannot 100% know how someone feels about you or what their intentions are. But I feel like 2 years is enough to know whether you want to marry someone or not.
Yes.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with
Hallelujah.
you. You can't be dating someone, serious dating.
Yeah.
Sometimes don't mistake side chick for main chick. So you have to find your role first and foremost. Because if you're a side chick, you can stay there for
But
10
what if you
years.
don't know you're the side chick? Because some side chicks don't know that
Yeah, I
they're
know
side
the
chicks.
side chick sha.
Till the day you go to his house
Yeah.
and meet the Oga Madam.
Or God,
With
madam
2
comes
kids,
to you
3 kids.
Or Oga Madam comes to you and say, leave
and
my
whoops
boyfriend
your ass.
alone.
That's the problem of the girl, right? So if you are dating
on the
someone,
girl.
yeah,
Why
it's
is
on the
everything
girl.
on the girl?
Not on the man who
You have not taken
who is too
responsibility
timid.
once.
No.
Do you know
if
that?
you are a side chick, you know.
No, let me
No.
tell
I
you.
see
let me tell you
girls, they
something.
put this in
Well,
on their
I
status
can't
and
relate,
say
Sha.
proud side chick.
Some
They are
people
not
know.
proud of being a side
That's
chick.
what I'm saying. I'm saying some people know, but some people do not. Because
Yeah.
I know someone who was with a guy for a whole year and didn't know there was a girlfriend. Why? Because she stays in his house 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months. There's no sign that any other woman
Is there?
is in this space.
Yeah.
So how is that her fault?
That guy deserves to be the admin of our WhatsApp group. But the thing is, that guy is not ready. That's the truth, right? And he's just playing her and all. But all I'm talking about here is the real deal is that you should know if you're a side chick, your expectation should be low. Your expectation should be low. One, just go for the fun, the experience and all. But if you are the main chick, you also know, right? That's when I also go back to your statement of building. You notice that you guys are building something together, right? You guys are planning your career path together. Then 2 years is a lot of time to not bring up the marriage conversation. It's really, really a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
Most times we see what we want and we start discussing these things and we show working. If we have agreed that next month we are going to see your parents, next month we'll go and see your parents. So you see the step is a gradual step, especially from where I come from, right? The step to marriage is a gradual step. And when you see that this guy is progressing in this step with you, then you know that, okay. But if he's not, and he's not bringing that conversation, then
But what
there's a
if within
problem.
those 2 years that they've been dating, they are not old enough? We have to consider those that are not old enough as
No,
well.
we are not discussing kindergarten
no,
here.
no,
We are
we're
people that
talking
are
about-
You could
ready.
be in a serious relationship and be 22, 20, 19.
Do you know what I feel? Let me tell you something.
But they be
It's
getting
different-
married, Joe.
It's
There's
different.
some
There are people that
do.
get married. It's different for everybody now. This is my personal opinion. I do not see any reason why a 19-year-old should be in a serious relationship.
Oh, girl.
Let me tell you, that's my personal opinion. Everybody
I
can
agree.
beg to disagree. I do not see any reason why a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old should be in a serious relationship.
Why read
It
your
works
book?
for different people because I think that at 0 to 10, you're a baby, right?
Okay.
11 to 16, you're developing. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, you're really just starting to know yourself. How do you want to attach yourself to another human being when you haven't even really known who you are?
Yep.
I understand where you're coming from, but how old do you think our parents were when they started dating?
And look at their generation.
Look at our generation.
Look at the generation.
Girl,
if
look
you're
at our
looking at our
generation
generation
now.
is when you actually see people dating from a younger age. Not everybody.
That's not what
wastes
I
in
mean
their
by look at the
20s.
generation.
Okay.
I mean, like, look at the evidence of what happened with them getting married at such a young age.
Say it with your chest. I don't know.
I
What
am
you
saying
mean.
it with my
I
chest.
don't know what you
Look
mean.
at we have a lot of failed marriages.
Yep.
We have a lot of children our age in our generation that come from broken homes.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody because
Yeah.
trust me, there are people who meet the love of their lives at 19, get married and stay married till they die.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not always the case. So I personally do not see a reason why a 19-year-old child should be in a serious relationship. Your 20s are the
adults.
years where you get to know who you really are.
Yeah.
What do I like? You're getting into a relationship with someone and you don't even know what your boundaries are.
Mm-hmm.
What if you do?
How would you at 19?
Everybody is different.
Yes,
No,
that's
but
why I
I
said
disagree.
that's why
People
I said.
mature up here differently.
But
You
how
really
many
can't.
cases do you see? Let's talk about the majority.
Okay.
How many cases do you see? I'm not saying that it doesn't work at all. I'm just saying this is my personal opinion. And I'm
Yeah.
saying this from experience because I was in a serious relationship at 19.
Same.
I was in a serious relationship at 19
So
where
was
I
at
didn't
19.
even, at 19, I didn't even know
And
what
you
my
see,
favorite
you
color
turned
was.
out good.
How do you know I turned out good? I can see my shirt says stay wicked.
I mean, for me, right? Just because a marriage has lasted years does not mean it's
It's
a
a good
successful
marriage.
It's
marriage.
healthy. Yeah.
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 I mean, Nigeria has been together since 1914. Does not mean it's a successful country. That's a prime example. And to me, when we talk about like timelines, yeah, I feel 5 years is the maximum.
Yes.
To be honest, 5 years. Let's know what we are doing here. If marriage is the goal, because let's be real, not everybody wants to get married, and I know that everybody wants to carry marriage on their head. Like marriage is one of the biggest achievements you can have. It is not. Marriage is not an achievement.
Depending on who you ask.
Marriage is not an achievement.
Depending on who you
But
ask.
5 years is the maximum for me. I feel like within the first year, you already know that, oh, I don't want to let go of this person. I want to be in this person's life forever. And again, it's never going to ever be like a big umbrella that everyone fits in. Life is never black and white.
Yeah.
If I want to be real.
Different strokes,
there are
folks.
different strokes for different fellows. So, like, if you're in a relationship, know what your goals are. That's why I agree with you. Like, as a 19-year-old, you don't know what your goals are. You don't even know what you want in life because you are young and you're still experiencing life. So know what your goals are.
Yeah,
Know
a lot of
if you
20-something-year-olds don't even know.
if you want to marry this person, know that you want to marry this person.
Yeah.
And if the person says, oh, I'm not ready, then you guys need to start giving yourself
I feel
space.
like the
Don't drag
conversation,
someone
yeah.
along in a marriage, or don't give someone a shut up ring when you know you don't want them to marry.
I think we need to define what a shut up ring is for those that do not know. So,
a promise ring.
no, it's not always a promise ring, but no, that's two different things. A promise ring is essentially when you do not have the facilities to get married at that point, but I want to marry you. Because if you get engaged and you have that engagement ring forever, it's like a lot of the rings. But with a promise ring, we have it we have it in mind that yes, when we have everything together, I really do want to marry you. But
Okay,
hey,
so
it's not
in-
for everybody.
So in
But-
essence, a promise ring always leads to an engagement ring.
yeah, not always, but it should.
As it should.
It should. But a shut up
Side-eye.
ring is when you have mentioned it and this man is acting blissfully ignorant of the fact that you want to get married someday.
Yeah.
And he's not saying anything. When you bring it up, he's like, shoving it off or just saying what you want to hear. And a shut up ring is, you've been talking about this thing forever. We are just take. That's what it is. And sometimes it's a cluster ring. It's not the kind of ring you want for yourself.
yeah.
They don't put any effort into the proposal. They could even just give you the ring in the car, like, oh yeah, let's just marry. Should be talking about
And that's
it. Oh,
why
we
men
have
settle.
3 kids.
Hmm.
Really? Please.
But why do men settle though with women that they know that that's not their type?
And before you answer the question, you haven't said anything about your timeline.
Yeah, so the thing about timeline, she said 5 years. I think 5 years is too much. How many
I said maximum.
How many 5 years do you have in your life? If you
I know,
do
I've seen successful relationships
If you do
with
it
5
with
years.
4 guys, that's 20 years. And let's say you started when you were 20, that's 40 years. So 5 years is too much in quotes. Like you said, there is no one size fits all in issues like this. So it's not a thing of timeline. That's why till tomorrow you still see people on Twitter, they will say, I met her in my DM and next month we are married.
Yeah.
And go and check, maybe their marriage will work.
Yeah.
So it's not a thing of timeline. Till tomorrow people will still say, we stayed for 7 years and we got married.
Chai.
Right? Yeah. So so it goes down to these 2 points. How well does the lady fit your list? Like I said, every man has a list. How well does that lady fit your list? What is your finances saying? So those 2 things will determine how quick or how slow the marriage would take. But as a tip for ladies, why Nigerian men see money as an escape from poverty,
Oh yeah, now bring it back to us.
women sees marriage as their own escape route from poverty. And it is actually wrong, right? See, forget this thing that they say you have cute face, you have good shape and the rest. If you have something to offer, if let's say you are going on a date and you pull up in one perfect nice car and they can't link your wealth to the 20 million gang, right? The guy will come full force for you. And you will see that you're actually the one detecting the play of that relationship. But if you have that particular mindset, let me just finish school and settle down, and you're not even thinking anything career, you are seeing marriage as your own escape route, your own jackpot from poverty. That's when you start putting unnecessary pressure on the guy. You start saying, you start counting dates. You turn to calendar because you are now counting it for him. It's now 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, it's now 7.5 months. Where are we? And you start asking the where are we or what are we doing question. And before you know it, the guy will easily start tagging you as toxic because that where are we? If you don't get a good answer, it gets you angry. Every activity that has been planned for that day will not go well. And you start being toxic. So my advice to ladies is marriage is not an escape route from poverty. It has worked for some people. Some people were broke, they got married, they became wealthy and all. But don't see it that way. See it as a thing of value. If you are someone of value, your timeline
Why
will
you
be
dey point
shorter.
this side?
Your timeline will be shorter.
Okay,
So that's my
let me
thing.
piggyback.
Sorry,
Let me
sorry,
piggyback on
guys.
what he
Wait, hold
said.
on, guys.
Okay.
Sorry. He did say that. He said women, because it's one thing to say women, it's one thing to say some women, it's one thing to say a lot of women.
generalization.
So now you say women marry as an escape route from poverty.
Chai.
Are you
Men
now
don't
trying
do
to say
it.
that women do not marry for love?
Yeah, you can look around everywhere and you see a whole lot of instances where you will say that I'm not sure this girl married for love.
Okay.
Let's take it back to Regina Daniels again.
Can you leave this poor woman
I have to
alone?
take it back. See, the thing is, people have tagged her marriage as success. It's good. I agree, it's a success.
Now
So
only she
nobody
put her
wants
biceps.
to look at some particular case study there, right?
Like
There are a
study.
lot of case study you can look in that marriage, and you pick some points there. You can't tell me Regina was madly in love with Ned.
What if she was?
Like, what
No,
if
no,
she
no, no.
was?
That's the thing. You are saying this because you have tagged the marriage a success.
No.
I
No,
didn't
I'm
tell
telling
marriage
you
is
how
success.
these things work. A lot of Nigerians have said, is it not Regina that is happy now? And they have tagged her good, right? She can't go wrong again. Except some serious things happen, which I don't pray for them to happen. But I'm answering your question with an instances everybody here knows about. You can't tell me Regina was madly in love with Ned, right? And we have tagged her marriage a success. So ladies marry as an Regina might be rich when she got married, but she's richer now. You all know.
So do you think
Okay.
men don't do that as well? You think men don't marry women from wealthy
no,
families?
no,
or
the
wealthy
question is
women?
about women.
No,
No, it's not
take it
about
back.
women.
Like
Take
Mr.
it back.
Vicky James now.
If you want to
Did he
talk
not
about
marry
men,
up?
we can have another section for that. Today is
Mr.
about
Vicky
women.
James married up. Is it a crime for him to marry up?
Well, you can say he married up, but we can't say he married for money.
But he married up now because the
they're two
conversation.
separate things.
What I understand from the conversation is like women marry up to become richer. So what's wrong with marrying up? What's wrong with even men that marry up? One thing I want to
Our
ask you
question
one
is
question.
about love. It's about love,
One
not up or
question-
down.
One question I want to ask you is: do you know that a lot of men are intimidated by women who
Wealthy
have money,
women.
Yes.
and they do not even want to marry the women that have money? They will
Because
come
it's
online to say,
remind them.
"Oh, I want a woman who is this, who is this." But when they actually see a woman who has money, who is not even impressed by the money that you've gone to go and make, then they start fidgeting.
intimidated.
I can't handle
agree.
that.
I completely
So
agree.
saying that women marry because of money is a fallacy. It is a lie. Because a lot of women will say love. Oh my God, I'm in love with him. She might be in love with his money, but love is still love, Sha.
Well, the thing is
Preach.
that I agree with you when you say a lot of men fidget when like
Because
this
they are
woman- this
weak
woman
and
has
their
money.
egos can't handle it.
That's as if you have your own money is smaller than his own. Maybe your own is just like you know. Then the ego thing comes in.
The ego thing is always there.
The man's money is here, your own money is here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you people don't know how to respect men that way. But if your
should
money,
respect
hold
you
on,
when you
hold
don't
on, let
have
me finish
money.
my illustration.
No, you can
If your money is here, like you are way richer than him, the man will like you. Yes, I'm telling you. Don't get small money more than me. I don't like that rubbish. If you want to have money more than me, let it
Is
be
she
big.
richer than you like this?
Let it
Oh
be
my
very
God.
loud. Yes.
Okay, does that mean you will not bear your
believe
wife's
this thing that you
surname
just
because she
said.
has no money?
That
No,
just proves my
no,
point that men
no.
also marry for
For
money.
money.
You just proved my point. Thank you.
Okay, so we've established the timelines that work for different people. Now, in this time of waiting to get married, obviously, when you're looking to marry someone, there are certain things that you're looking out for in your partner. So, what are the key factors to look out for when dating to get married?
Okay, so when you're dating someone with the intention of getting married, you have to pay attention to the things they say. When they are talking about things they're doing in the future, do they mention you? Do they say we, us? Those little things might seem insignificant, but when you're dating someone and they include you in their plans for the future, you know that, okay, at least this person is considering me. Now, obviously, that may not lead to marriage for everybody, but that's a key sign that I feel like you should always look for. If they're always saying I, they don't want you. Period.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Okay, so for me, while we are dating and I have good intentions to get married to you, I want to be looking at how well you are taking towards my list.
It's your
there
list.
are-
The list again.
It's your
Yes,
list.
my special list. And I'm telling you, every guys have this list. So it's not my list. Just take your time, find out. So I'm looking at how well you are taking. There are some things on the list that you can't change. And for you to still be dating me means you have passed those ones. So I want to see your orientation towards money. I want to know how well you can attract wealth. I am very, very
Business transaction.
money concerned. Then again, you don't have to be toxic, right? You don't just see a girl chat on my phone. You don't know what's happened. Maybe you have used something and hit my TV. There are some girls that are like that. They don't even want to know. They just conclude. And I've been with a girl before. She saw another girl in my car, and
Why is there another guy in your car?
For a lot of reasons, a girl can be in my car, and she used knife and was tearing her hand.
Oh.
Okay, that's
Since
the
I want to
reaction.
ask you a question before you move on, and I'm not trying to drag this conversation, but you said there's a lot of reasons why a girl can be in your car. Now, let's not even focus on the reasons why a girl can be in your car. She sees a girl in your car because she asked, why is a girl in your car?
Are you reassuring
If
her?
the cases were reversed, you see your girlfriend in a man's car, what emotion is that going to stir up in your spirit?
Bam.
Well, the girl she saw in my car, let me take it back, is the person I ended up marrying.
Men! To fear audacity. So she was right to react.
Oh my
the way
God,
she
no,
was.
no.
men
That's
make
the
you feel
thing.
like you're crazy.
gaslight
They'll
you.
gaslight you to think you're crazy. Meanwhile, you're
Jesus.
right.
That's the thing,
No.
right? Our reaction made the person in my car to win over her. What's
It's not a
your reaction?
competition.
No.
It's
What's
always
your
a competition
reaction?
with men.
Are you saying you see your guy doing this, you take knife and you start tearing yourself? And
I'm
you're
not saying that
crying?
what
No,
she did
that
was
is
right.
crazy. That's crazy behavior, but
But
that's
she
not
wasn't
the point.
She wasn't Delulu.
She was right.
She knew that girl in your car,
Yes,
there was
you,
a long
yes, you people know how to know. You people find
Of course
you
you know how
people,
to
you people know
know.
how to know.
Because women
But-
are blessed with the spirit of discernment. Because
Amen.
I'm looking
Period.
at the
Preach.
reaction. I'm looking at the reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the reaction.
But not the action that caused the
They
reaction.
never
Don't worry,
do.
men,
Okay,
no.
no
They
wahala.
never
They will
do.
never
They
take
say
responsibility.
You reacted
It's
this
always the
way.
woman's fault.
But they
Okay,
will
now.
never acknowledge what they did to get you to that point of
Side-eye.
no, I'm done.
So
I'm done.
going back to your question in a nutshell, I try to see how well you fit in my list. I don't like you being toxic, right? I am human. I can err, but you should react properly.
You can't tell someone how to react to disrespect, you know.
No. You can't just see something happen, you take gun and shoot someone and you say you are reacting. What kind of reaction is that?
That's extreme.
Thank
yes.
you.
Those are
You know
those
what
are
I
extreme
feel.
cases. That's extreme.
But there's
and those
an
are
action
extreme
that
cases.
caused a
And do
reaction.
you reassure her when she's having these feelings? Do you gaslight her into thinking, why are you acting like this now?
No.
Is it not just a normal woman? No, you have to make her feel like there is nothing there and make sure that there is nothing there.
But
I mean, for
didn't.
me, the ability to take responsibility is something that's very key when it comes to like wanting to marry someone. Love is good though. When money enter, love is sweeter. That's aside.
Yes, sir.
But how responsible is that person? Because for me now, I'm a first daughter. I'm the first child in my home. Responsibilities are always on my head. So I always know I don't want to be with someone that you have to constantly remind, oh, do this, do that, do that. I want to be with someone that's on top of it. Before I'm even saying A, you already know A. So that's very important to me. How much of a understanding, open person you are, and how much you listen to me and listen to whatever issues that we have. That is important to me because I feel love is good, right? But love
need to use your
dwindles.
head.
Let's be
Love
real.
is
Yes, it
everything.
Love dwindles, right? But when somebody has key characteristics, when it is in your character to be a responsible person, that's important to me. And I feel that needs to be important to every woman. Is he responsible? Would he go to work and tell you, oh, I'm at work, and you know that he's actually at
accountable?
work?
No, that's
Right?
not
If you know-
responsibility.
if you know-
It's accountability.
And for me, it's a big umbrella, right?
Yeah,
Because if
yeah.
you're accountable, it means you're responsible to me. Like, you know that I'm important. You know the house is important. If someone tells me, oh, I saw your man in somewhere place, I'm like, oh, cool. Because he told me he was going to be there. It's important to me because marriage is supposed to be long-term.
Yeah.
If you want to be real, right? So these qualities are qualities that even if you remove the love, is always going to be
can
there
still
in the
stand.
person.
Okay, so for me, I'm just going to keep it short so we don't drag this. I think the most important thing for me is communication. Communication is very important to me.
Yeah.
How well do we communicate to each other? And communication for me is you are listening to me to respond for us to find a solution. Not that you're listening to me to react, right? We're having a conversation and the aim of the conversation is to resolve. A lot of times people get into arguments and you forget that, because for me, I feel like it is not you against me. It is you and me against the problem.
Yeah.
So like when we're having a conversation or we get into an argument and you're now making me the problem, forgetting the fact that this is me trying to resolve this issue, it's a big turn off for me. Then emotional connection is also very important. How well do we feel emotionally connected to each other? And then also, do we share the same beliefs? Do we have goals that complement each other? Do our lifestyles complement each other? Because like she said, marriage is supposed to be long term. If you're going to spend the rest of your life with someone, you have to make it worth your while. So moving on to trending topics.
Oh.
Davido and Chioma got married. And, it was a very beautiful time for Nigeria.
Yo.
Yeah.
Our president don't do this one.
A lot of people were really happy. And I mean, we do deserve the happiness, right? And, there were a lot of people had a lot to say. But I think one comment that stood out was someone came online to say that he found the fact that the wedding did not take place in the East disrespectful. So I want to know what we think about this. I personally have nothing to say because, first of all, it's not your wedding. You don't know the conversations that went on behind closed doors. You don't know what the agreement was. You don't know why the wedding was held in Lagos. So you cannot just come out and dictate how you expect people to run their lives. That's all I have to say on this matter. Over to you, IBK.
Okay. I feel like if it was held in Lagos, it's nobody's business. You don't know the discussions that they had, just like they said. And you don't know if they all just wanted to be in Lagos. Probably they didn't want to have it over there. Like, they should let it go. I beg.
Yeah. So it's not about a thing of opinion for the location. Chioma is Igbo, and we have the way we do our things as Igbos. Irrespective of your social status, I strongly feel that would have been a good way of showcasing the East and telling everyone that the East is now safe and everybody should come. I don't think that the parents of Chioma pushed really hard for that. I think that they should have pushed more and say our tradition is our tradition, not bending the tradition because your in-laws are super rich in quotes. For instance, Obi Kubana did his mom burial, and it's happened in Oba, my hometown, right? He could have chosen to do it in Ikoyi Cemetery and accommodate the Ikoyi kind of people, but some things are tradition. Tradition is tradition, it's sacred. That's what binds us as Igbos. So it would have been a good way to showcase the East and let everyone in the country know that the East is welcoming everyone, but it's a lost opportunity, I guess.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what I have to say about this is there are lots of people who get married outside of their hometown. Do you think that this is particularly a topic of discussion because it is Davido and Chioma?
Yeah, we are trying to assess Davido and Chioma here. But most importantly, apart from even the location, there's also some things I could notice were not done in the proper way. For instance, there was a time that some prayers were going on where Chioma's father was blessing the union. I noticed a woman was handling, a woman was the MC at that time. In Igbo tradition is wrong.
Yeah.
A woman shouldn't be doing that. So I think that the marriage was a mix of culture.
Yes, it was.
So it was a mix of culture between the Yoruba and the Igbo culture. And I don't think that should happen. I don't think that should happen. You are getting married to an Igbo woman. The Igbo tradition should reign supreme on the day, right? Not try to mix, because believe me, if Chioma is getting married to a random guy, a guy that has money, just small, more than her, random guys, it wouldn't have been like this. They would have been in the East, right? And there won't be any mix of culture.
There would be.
I don't think so.
There would be, because for the rest of us who are not billionaires, when you marry someone outside of your tribe, it's a mix of both. Both of you wear the outfits. If the bride is Yoruba, she'll wear her Yoruba outfits. If the man is Calabar, he wears Calabar outfits. And they will swap it. They will mix it in a way that it combines both tribes. Because you're mixing two tribes, mixing two families. You can't just say do one.
Yeah.
Traditionally, you could. but they had to accommodate for that if that is what they want.
Yes, and
If
I
they
also
all agree to do just for the bride's
People.
tribe and tradition, that's fine. But you cannot say that one. The rest of us, what are we doing?
Yes,
I'm
'cause I
talking
also think
about
that-
traditional marriage here now.
yes, but the
And
traditional
if you are marrying an Igbo lady, the traditional marriage takes place in her father's house. So are you saying you wear your Yoruba clothes and come to that traditional marriage?
Yes.
well, I do not
could.
know.
No. See, I have no issue with your attire, right?
Mhm.
I don't think tradition plays any key role on that, right?
Mhm.
You can wear whatever you want to wear. But what I'm talking about is mixing the culture,
Mhm.
right? I've never seen where this happens.
You don't go out.
I only saw it on
On
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay.
So Chioma and Davido's wedding literally shook Lagos and it was trending. And for me, I feel like any opinion that anyone has is irrelevant to this conversation because at the end of the day, they looked happy and I think they're happy with each other. And whatever you feel, it makes no, it's irrelevant because so many people will kill to be in Chioma's position right now. And I love that this wedding has basically portrayed Chioma in a much more different light. So Chioma is not this victim that people like to paint her as. She's fully aware. She's a grown woman who is fully aware of what she's getting herself into. And she's happy, she's energetic, she's fun, and she is in love. So whatever what you people want to say is your business. And I have to say kudos to Davido because he really gave her a wedding that she deserves. He gave her a very good wedding and he has redeemed her image in the public. And I just hope that we don't hear any
more
funny
scandals.
stories on the side because funny stories like to come up when two people are happy. And I'm really happy for them. I'm happy that Lagos turned up for Davido. I'm happy for all the celebrity friends that came up for him. And I wish them all the very best. But I want to bring up something, right?
Girl.
I know people will disagree, and it's about Wizkid. So I'm a fan of Wizkid, and I'm a fan of his talent and his music. And regardless of how you feel about Wizkid, you can never deny his talents. But I think the way that he has been moving lately has been very immature and childish.
How has it
and
been
I think that as a collective, right, we need to start admitting to ourselves that Wizkid is just as petty and childish as his other colleagues. He is not the matured one because there's a narrative out there that Wizkid is the more matured one. Because the kind of tweets that he has put out recently really rubbed me off the wrong way because they were subs to Davido and his camp. And these subs ended up dragging people that are not even involved in the matter, like Jada and Chioma. And it really rubbed me off the wrong way. And it felt to me like Wizkid lately has been clout chasing from the Afrobeat, is not an Afrobeat artist comments to now these subtle sub-tweets. He's dropping an album soon, Morayo. We've not heard anything about the album, but anytime Wizkid is now in the news recently is for all the little jabs he's throwing at Davido. And that's really rubbing me off wrongly. But aside that, I really wish Davido all the very best. To me, he has redeemed himself. I'm happy for them. I wish them all the very best.
Okay, so our last trending topic is taking us back to Chivido. Very dark man.
Okay.
Recently went viral for calling out Iyabo Ojo and saying using some really mean and insultive words, talking about how, I think she posted a video of them being stuck in traffic and, she was saying something about how, she's in the traffic that she's missing the wedding, they'll get to the after party. And then he came out to say, someone that didn't even get an invite to the main party and blah, blah, blah. And, he threw subs at people. What do we have to say about this? I personally think that very dark man should really stop being a topic of conversation because this is what he wants. He wants to be talked about and we are giving him what he wants. And to be honest, that's all I have to say because I'm not even going to give him that much credibility by talking about him. So IBK, what do you have to say?
I don't know why he has fans. You guys, why are you supporting him? Well, who is very dark man anyway? He started off so good, in my opinion, when he was championing the whole thing against not registering your skincare because that is the right thing. But over time, when he started to grow a fan base, he started to become really, I don't even know the word to use. He has become an ass and I can't stand him anymore. You guys need to stop standing him. Stop giving him a platform. Why? Like, what does he even do at this point? He just keeps taking jabs at everybody for nothing. Why is he important? Please. Next.
She's angry.
It's annoying.
So the thing is, people are forgetting to look at this thing from the root issues and you need to look at it from both sides. To very dark man, someone made him spend some weeks in prison this year,
As he should.
and he's coming after those people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way he can come after them, by verbally attacking them
But what
and
did he
trying
do?
to be careful in quotes, right? There is no law in Nigeria that says your opinion can't sound disrespectful to someone.
I mean, we do
right?
have freedom of speech, but not freedom of the
So
consequences.
Very Dark Man is just, trying to give a little blow below the waist to someone that made him spend weeks in prison. And I think he intends to keep on doing it till he's satisfied that, yes, you have suffered what I suffered before Polo intervened in the matter. And a Very Dark Man, he will react. So part of his reaction is saying that, okay, the origin of this matter is that this woman insulted my parents. Until she apologized, then me, I will shield my sword. So we need to look at it from that angle. We can try and do some investigation and say who insulted parents first. And I think that it's Iyabo Ojo.
But what did he do to land
she
in jail in
did
the first
that
place?
when Very Dark Man was heavily on the opinion of DNA and all of you. We all know that Iyabo Ojo was on the side of Mohbad's wife, right?
As she should be.
No problem.
I mean, at
She
the
can
end of the
choose
day, he
any
is the
side. No
father.
problem. What I'm saying is that she came first for the young man. That's a young boy. He's not even up to 30 years, right? And so he's still seeing life. And there are some things you do to people like that, they will react. So if we want to end this whole stuff, it's not about threatening and all. It's not about telling blogs not to post him. Blogs are there to post controversial
Yes,
stuff.
I agree.
If you don't want any blogs to post him, give the blog something bigger than Very Dark Man and they will post it. So if Very Dark Man is the biggest topic of that day, they will post him. That's their business.
Do you know what I think?
Yeah.
While I agree with some of the things that you have said, I think that we tend to make excuses for a lot of bad behavior. And I'm not saying that Iyabo Ojo was right for calling his mom out her name or whatever. I'm not saying that that was right. But then two wrongs really do not make it right. How long are you going to keep throwing jabs at people before you end up in jail again? Because you said that someone sent him to jail and that's why he's throwing jabs. What did you do in the first place to end up in jail? So you're not even learning your lesson.
I don't think he would.
There is no lesson to be learned there. The thing is, he did what he said in the video about the Iyabo Ojo was invited for 5 p.m. and the rest, right? And Iyabo Ojo did her own video to show that she came for the first, the main
Wedding,
event,
she had the
right?
main event.
It would have ended there. It wouldn't have been. See, when you class someone as a throw, the worst thing you could do is to feed the throw. Polo's comments fed the throw and it ignited something else. It would have still stopped there. Polo went further to go and start tagging people that they should choose between Very Dark Man or him. He's still feeding the throw. Very Dark Man has responded to that. So if they want to stop this, they should go low, keep quiet, don't respond, and it will go off.
Which
Yeah.
brings
But if
me-
they do any form of action, the young man
You
will
continue.
reply. And gossip, other blogs will post it. So that's it.
Let me say this. The rise of Very Dark Man to fame is just a reflection of the failures of our government. Because Very Dark Man came onto the scene as an activist, which is supposed to be even the job of certain people in power. But that aside, I'm honestly tired. I'm very, very tired of seeing Very Dark Man constantly in the news for very silly reasons, because the way he came for Iyabo Ojo yesterday was very embarrassing. The kind of things that he said to her and his daughter, it was very embarrassing to me, because how do you build a brand, a suitable brand? The last time Very Dark Man was in prison, nobody gave an F. Nobody cared. So if anything happens to him at the end of the day, nobody is going to care. And I blame everyone who has enabled Very Dark Man to the kind of position that he is. The blogs, the celebrities, the people that have invited him to his to their social circles, they are all at fault, because now we all have to be at the mercy of this man who is dragging and spilling, and we have to talk about him. I am tired of talking about Very Dark Man. I do not care about Very Dark Man. You should not care about Very Dark Man. If you like, be his fan. If you like, don't be his fan. That's your business. But I think we have better better things to focus on than very dark man versus this person this week, very dark man versus
Well,
that person.
I do care
this
about
week.
Very Dark Man.
Why?
Of course
Good
you
for
would.
you.
I do care about him.
Good
Of
for
course
you.
you would. Anyway, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for staying with us. Remember that we're available on all streaming platforms, Spotify, YouTube. So feel free to stream our video with your family, your friends, your enemies, your neighbors, whoever. Until next time, bye guys.
Bye.